I'm really interested to see what this next mission's going to be. So I'm going to be quiet. Okay, let's go.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's Erusian! Shoot it down!
Trigger, that one's Osean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
Caution. Caution. Pull up.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you. Understood.
Caution.
Squadron. Identify the unknowns along the route. It's a Russian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were successful, Master. They've opened up a path. The more the merrier.
Caution. Pull up.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
The
General's vehicle is under attack. There's Lamar. I'm hit. Get this guy off my back. Radicals from the Russian military are trying to kill the general.
If that thing hits, it's all over.
Somebody take out those Allied planes behind us.
Locked on.
That was a close one.
We have to remain vigilant.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway the next ramp.
All right.
Trigger and destroy the target.
Lancaster, we're taking fire from the vehicles ahead.
Did you hear me? That was friendly fire.
You cannot fire on a target until it's ID'd. Let it happen again. Attention, Ocean forces. Your target is carrying a peace envoy.
Hold your fire. I repeat, hold your fire.
Wonderful, so be it.
You're out of chaff flares.
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed. Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General Lafarge are the real patriots. Onward.
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online. We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Missile hit.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Strider 1 is entered the clouds.
Pull up.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district.
has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes the traitor, Lafarge. Wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lafarge, it's that vehicle!
They've been set up in all the right places.
Enemy's got a lock.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route. The enemy's still on us.
Target eliminated. Enemy has a lock on you.
Pay attention! Break!
Vehicle eliminated.
I've got a sitting duck here. That was too close for comfort.
The plane is icing up.
Turn right. No, wait. That goes into the ocean. I can't shake the enemies on my tail.
Missile launched. Target acquired.
Strider 4, box 2.
Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue. Vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, and there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there. You want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
Enemy has a lock!
Enemy on your back, Strider 2.
VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
What's wrong with you? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times. Head on out, let's see an enemy. We're the only Osean forces in the area.
Not good. Even triggers firing on allies in these conditions. Aborting mission.
Weapon tools!
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped. Target is in machine gun range.
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 3.
Listen up. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
Missile.
Target acquired. Strider 1, missile launched.
You radicals were so busy developing UAVs that you forgot to develop real pilots. What a disgrace. We're taking fire. We can't hold off. What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times. Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. The coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle with the Georgian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War.
Radio? You have one in your cockpit?
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This is good.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Lancaster.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
The General is speaking with the commander.
Beach spotter with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. That vehicle is one of ours. Cease fire. The info just came through.
If the drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down. Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Any aircraft that approach us. What are you thinking?
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. Hostile tanks are keeping the armored formation at Anchor Bay from protecting the VIP. Can you clear them out for us?
No problem. Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oceans?
AA gun confirmed destroyed. The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack. Hurry up and do something.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Either nations figured out this astonishing feat. Used to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate horribly, put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the world.
Diplomacy is responsible for Harley's assassination.
Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Unknown aircraft approaching!
fired. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile.
If they don't respond, shoot them down.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice.
I've been spiked.
Fox 2.
You heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there. I've got him in my crosshairs.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Stall warning. Missile.
Strider 1, nice work.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed.